Hi guys, welcome back. Today we are going to learn to form and solve equations. We've got 3 success criteria, and the first one is to be able to form expressions. So Jack has R amount of rulers and Alice has 6 less rulers than Jack. We want to write an expression for the total number of rulers that Jack and Alice have. So if we say Jack has R amount of rulers, so R is going to represent the number of rulers that Jack has, because we don't know how many rulers he has, so we'll call that R. Alice has 6 less rulers than Jack, so that's R minus 6. So the total amount of rulers that they have would be R plus R minus 6, which we can simplify to 2R minus 6. Here's another example. James has X amount of money in his bank account. Sarah has twice as much money in her bank account than James. And Ryan has £50 less money in his bank account than Sarah. Write an expression for the amount of money they all have together. So Jack, or James, has X amount of money in his bank account. Sarah has twice as much money in her bank account, so that would be 2x. And Ryan has £50 less than Sarah, so that will be 2x minus 50. So the total amount of money would be all of those added together, x plus 2x minus 50, which we can simplify because x plus 2x is 5x, so it simplifies to 5x minus 50. Here are some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. So a farmer plants P amount of potatoes on the farm. She plants the same number of leeks as potatoes, so she plants P amount of leeks. She plants 12 less carrots than potatoes, so she plants P minus 12 carrots. She plants 4 times the amount of cucumbers than potatoes, so she plants 4P amount of cucumbers. She plants 8 more pumpkins than potatoes, so she plants P plus 8 pumpkins. And she plants half as many cauliflowers as potatoes, so she plants P over 2 cauliflowers. How many vegetables did she plant altogether? So we need to add all these together, so that's 7.5P minus 4. And now we've completed success criteria 1. So now we're going to move on to number 2, and this is to form and solve equations from words. So I think of a number, I add 6 and then divide it by 9, and my answer is 3. So I want to form an equation and solve it to find my number. So we take it sentence by sentence. So I think of a number, I add 6 to it and then divide it by 9. So we're going to let the number be x. So if we add 6 to it and then divide it by 9, this is our expression, and my answer is 3, so we can say that must equal 3. So now we've formed the equation. So now we need to solve it. So we're going to solve it using the balancing method. So we put a line through the equal sign, and whatever we do to one side, we've got to do to the other side. So to get rid of the divide by 9, we've got to do the opposite of dividing by 9, which is timesing by 9. So if I times that side by 9, I've got to do the same on the other side. So I get x plus 6 on this side, and 3 times 9 is 27. Then to get rid of the plus 6, I do the opposite of adding 6, which is taking away 6. So I need to do the same thing on the other side. So I've now got x equals 27 take away 6, which is 21. So the number I was thinking of was 21. Here's another example. Jack goes to the shop. He buys 4 pens. He then buys a ruler for 27 pence. And he pays £3.15 in total. So how much is a pen? So we say we've got 4 pens. So we call the cost of a pen P. Then he also buys a ruler, so we add on 27 pence. And he pays £3.15 in total. So we need to make sure that's in pence as well. So that's 315 pence. So now we've formed an equation, so we just need to solve it. So we put a line through the equals. We take 27 off both sides. So we've now got 4p equals 288. Then we can divide both sides by 4 to get rid of the 4. So p equals 72. So that means a pen is 72 pence. Here's another example. There are the same amount of chocolates in a box. April buys 5 boxes, and her and her friends eat 70 chocolates. Carl buys 3 boxes, and he and his friends eat 20 chocolates. April and Carl now have the same amount of chocolates. So how many chocolates are in each box? So we can form an equation which would look like this. We call the amount of chocolates in a box x, and April buys 5 boxes and eats 70, so that's 5x minus 70. And Carl buys 3 boxes and eats 20, so that's 3x minus 20. Because they now have the same amount of chocolates left, we can say 5x minus 70 must equal 3x minus 20. So to solve this equation, we need to take away the smallest x. So we think, which is smaller, 3x or 5x? Well, 3x is smaller, so we take 3x off both sides. So that leaves us with 2x minus 70 on this side and minus 20 on this side. Then we add 70 to both sides, because that's the opposite of taking away 20. So we get 2x on this side, and we get 50 on this side. Then we divide both sides by 2, so x equals 25. So there are 25 chocolates in a box. Here are some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. Here are your answers. So there's your green answers, and there's your amber answers. And now we've completed success criteria 2. So now we're going to move on to number 3, and this is to form and solve equations from shapes. So in this question, we want to find the value of x, and we're told that three angles in a triangle are 2x plus 40, 3x, and 2x. Now we know angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So if we add together 2x plus 40 plus 3x plus 2x, that will equal 180. So 2x plus 40 plus 3x plus 2x can be simplified to 7x plus 40. So that must equal 180. So now we need to solve this equation. So we take 40 off both sides. So 7x equals 140. Then we divide both sides by 7. So x equals 20. Here's another example. Shown are the lengths of a square, and we want to find the value of x. Now we know for a square, all the sides are the same length. So we can say that the side 3x plus 34 must equal 5x plus 12. And now we can solve this equation. So we take the smallest x away. So 3x is smaller than 5x. So we take 3x off both sides. So on this side we have 2x plus 12. And on this side we just have 34. Then we take 12 off both sides. So on this side we have 2x. And on this side we have 22. Then we divide both sides by 2. So x equals 11. Here are some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. Here are your answers. So there's your green answers. And there's your amber answers. And now we've completed success criteria 3. So now that we've completed the last objective, it's time to end the video. Hope you enjoyed it and hope you found it useful. Make sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to check out the videos on the rest of the channel. I'll see you next time. See ya.